Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome to this episode of Movies Merica. Spoiler warning. I, as always, am your humble host, Van Eberts. And as you can tell from the Christmas tree behind me, yes, this is a Christmas season oriented episode of Movies Merica. Spoiler warning. We're in the Christmas season faux show. And a movie that seems like it fits in perfectly with the Christmas season. It's almost like the movie theaters, like Warner Brothers and movie theaters, the movie studios, in this case, Warner Brothers, actually, was on the same wavelength with me. A movie perfect for the Christmas season in Wonka. Okay, so we have Timothee Chalamet playing the titular character of Willy Wonka in the latest Wonka. Okay, so prepare to get Wonkified. Okay, and we're going to talk in depth about Wonka. And there's going to be spoilers galore, and that's why I named the show Movies Merica Spoiler Warning. So right in the title, there's a warning to you that you're going to get spoiled rotten about whatever movie the Movies Merica Spoiler Warning episode is all about. Okay, so you have been warned. Yes, okay. So, and also, we drink in this show, all right? So, hey, if you're drinking, hey, let me know in the live chat what you're drinking, okay? Because it's almost a weekend. It's almost Christmas weekend, okay? And it's time to cut loose, put the, take your hair down, to sit back, relax, and enjoy some Movies Merica spoiler warning here. So I'll show you what I'm drinking here, but a little preview of the brew review time that's coming later on here. But so hey, I said we're all drinking here, so I'm a man of my word. Let me show you I'm drinking, not just tell you. Oh, that's good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So, Oompa Loompa Doompa-dee-doo. Have I got an introduction for you? So let's get to it. All right. And here we go.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
Everybody, hey, all right. So again, welcome to this Movies Merica spoiler warning episode, especially my movie maniacs, and my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. You know who you are, and then also any Oompa Loompas that might be watching. Okay, so and Oompa Loompas, hey, this is a Oompa Loompa safe environment here at Movies Merica Spoiler Warning Incorporated. Okay, and so we are about to tell the story of one of your compadres, okay? Hugh Grant playing an Oompa Loompa here in Wonka. And so we got Wonka, and it is it's a prequel to Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory. And I'm going to say it's a prequel to that movie because that movie came out first. It came out before Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp did in 2005. So yeah, Gene Wilder and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, that's the OG. Okay, so this movie is a prequel to that. Now, I have heard that Timothee Chalamet's Willy Wonka in this is a little closer to the personality of Johnny Depp's characterization of Willy Wonka. Okay, but and also Timothee Chalamet's characterization is actually closer to the book by a Roald Dahl, who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And so, Chalamet's characterization is closer to the Wonka that's actually in the book right there. And I'll tell you, I mean, Timothee Chalamet, he is certainly not trying to get typecast as an actor, okay? Because this is a complete departure from anything that we've seen him in, particularly Dune, when he plays Paul Atreides in Dune. And in that, he's just kind of like if if this makes any sense, kind of like an emo badass, okay, in that movie, okay. He looks like he listens to The Cure all the time, but also he can he can wipe your ass out, okay, and also has like powers and that kind of thing. Yeah, Wonka is the exact opposite of that. Now he does have some powers in Wonka, as we saw, right? So he can like light candles, spontaneously and float and make candy that makes people float. He's got some magical powers here and that kind of thing, but not in the badass way that we see, as Paul Atreides in the Dune movies. Okay. And then also one of the earliest movies that I saw with Timothee Chalamet was a movie that probably most people haven't seen called Hot Summer Nights. And I think it was just on Netflix or something like that. And so I was like, what's it hurt? It's on Netflix. I'm just paying for my Netflix subscription. I'm not paying any extra to check out Hot Summer Nights. So I put it on, and yeah, my lack of expectations really paid off for me. It's a really good movie. And I spy out of my right eye a little live chat activity from I'm Sean Cab. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, thanks for joining here, emo and badass. I know. So I thought that just the contradiction in terms would be mildly humorous right there. But yeah. So yeah, if you like The Cure, Mazzy Star, a Radiohead, and you like space heroes, then yeah, Paul Atreides is probably the guy for you. So, oh hey, and yeah, Sean is he's giving me a Christmas gift early here of $5. So yeah, 5 pesos. I appreciate that, my man. Appreciate that. So yeah, appreciate the mucho dinero. So and I'm gonna drink to that $5. Appreciate that, brother. And I'm curious there, Sean, did you see the movie? Or maybe you have this muted. I don't know. Probably not muted if you're hearing what I'm saying here, but or maybe there's some people, they watch a show and they haven't seen the movie and they don't care that it's spoiled. And I totally understand that. I feel you. Okay. Yeah, it's so Timothée Chalamet, he says he hasn't seen it yet. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, Timothée Chalamet, Hot Summer Nights. Check that out. Hey, Sean, you should definitely check that out. Hot Summer Nights, and is that the name of a Van Halen song, or is it just called Summer Nights? I think it's just called Summer Nights. Yeah, from the 5150 album right there. So but we have Hot Summer Nights. And they don't even play that Van Halen song, Summer Nights, in Hot Summer Nights. What a wasted opportunity. I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't. I'm sure there wouldn't have cost them any money to get the rights to a Van Halen song. And even if it is, I'm sure Van Halen songs are good and cheap. Yeah, there's barely any money involved. So, hey, Agent X6, welcome, Agent X6, to the party. And we got spoilers in beer. Yes. There you go. So, I mean, that's a classic evening for a proud American is spoilers and beer. Okay, so and then maybe wine and cheese later on, and peanut butter and chocolate later on. All kinds of perfect combinations. Okay, Thelma and Louise, whoever. So right. But yeah, Timothée Chalamet is good in Hot Summer Nights, good in the Dune movies, of course, and then a movie that he is completely different. Even more different from his Wonka role in is a movie called Bones and All. Okay. And some of you watching this live or later on, you're going to know what I'm talking about when I say the movie Bones and All. Okay. And Bones and All is a out there movie, and it's not a movie that I would recommend to everybody. It's a movie where I can see a lot of people like turning it off, after the first half hour, 45 minutes, something like that, because it's about random people throughout the world that have this, I guess, affinity, for lack of a better way of putting it, a hunger to eat other people. Okay, so basically they're cannibals. Okay, and they just wander the earth. Okay, and they can't contain their craving, and so they're always on the run. They're drifters and whatnot. And so we have like our one of our main characters that we're introduced to is like a young teenage girl, and she's one of these afflicted, right? One of these with these craving to eat other humans, and it's not like they eat humans all the time, right? They're able to go like even months, years, and whatnot, but there's always that craving. Okay, they can eat normal food and stuff, but yeah, quite literally, if they don't eat human flesh, they will die. Okay, and it starts off, at least in her case, it started off like when she was a baby. Okay, so she was like trying to eat her nurse, like a babysitter and whatnot, and I mean, and so and that's not a spoiler because the movie is marketed as that's the plot. Okay, that's the hook that get people in. I don't know if that's I don't know if it's a good hook. I guess people with like kind of a morbid fascination would be hooked by hearing, hey, here's a movie where people like to eat other people. Okay, and but it's an intriguing movie because it's like this love story between these two cannibals. Okay. And Timothee Chalamet plays one of the cannibals that she runs into. I think like pretty much like halfway into the movie. We don't see him for a while. And but the movie's really dark. Okay, obviously, as you would expect, a movie that features people that eat cannibals, right? It's very dark. It's kind of like one of my favorite movies is True Romance with Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette. Okay, it's kind of like a cannibal version of True Romance, but not near as action packed. Okay, and not near as stylish and whatnot. But it kind of reminded me of that Monsters Ball movie with Billy Bob Thornton and Halle Berry, like the dark, moody, morose feel of that movie. That's what Bones and All reminded me of. But yeah, it's if you can handle the just inherent grotesque or the grossness of this movie, then yeah, you will not be bored with this movie. Okay, so hey, what's up there, Sketchy Jesus? Hey, and we appreciate you joining the show here. So, and then yeah, Agent X6 says I haven't seen it yet, but I heard about Bones and All. Sounds interesting. Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails made the soundtrack for that movie, so yeah, I believe he did. But and Sean's like, I zoned out for a minute. There are cannibals in Willy Wonka. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of a behind the music type secret with the Oompa Loompas. Okay, so you might have noticed some Oompa Loompas missing in the 1971 Gene Wilder movie. So, and now I think I've given away the reason why that is. So, yeah. Cannibals again. Yeah. So, yeah. Welcome to Cannibal Corner here on the Till Death Podcast Network. We are your top information source for all your cannibal news and cannibal needs. Okay, here at the Till Death Podcast Network. So, they harvest humans to make chocolate. Yeah. So it's hey, whatever works, right? Whatever works. It's almost like it could be like that movie. What is it? Sweeney Todd and the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, where he basically turns humans into meat. Basically he's got like a meat shop or whatever, and it turns out the human meat tastes better than the animal meat. Like suddenly the meat shop is just. What's not his meat shop? He's a barber, but he has his friend's meat shop. And yeah, suddenly London can't get enough of this meat shop. This meat shop's about to go out of business, and they start serving human meats. And it's the best meat in town. Yes, right there. So yeah, maybe humans make the best chocolate. So yeah, never know. So, and probably like the fattest humans. So probably like a Chris Christie would be good for chocolate harvesting. You got your what's that fat ass? The Roger and Me director. I was about to say Kevin Smith, but he's not fat anymore. So, but yeah, someone's gonna clue me in right here. So, They've got Wonka went to Bohemian Grove to recruit. I'll tell you, the spider web grows. Okay, so it's a good thing we're on Rumble and not just on YouTube, because YouTube is probably going to shut us off because we're giving away all the secrets. We're giving away the evil, dirty secrets of the elites here on Movies America. Spoiler warning. Yes. But yeah, Bones and all, check it out. Yeah, it's now, yeah, I wouldn't watch. Don't watch it with the kiddies, okay? Because we're not trying to create any more psychos. All right, we don't need Jeffrey Dahmer Juniors running around. Okay, we have enough Oompa Loompas trying to eat humans and turn them into chocolate. We don't need your kids turning into that at all. So, because yeah, the kids will not be all right if you do that, if they watch Bones and all. Okay, so prepare for 6 figures of child psychology. Okay, so absolutely. So drink to that, right? Here's the Psycho Children. Oh yeah. And as it turns out, our trusted institutions, the public education system, has been trying to turn your kids into fucking psychos. So yeah, yay, all right, yeah, your tax dollars at work, absolutely. So God bless America. Okay, here. So let's break it up a little bit here, and I just want to tell you guys all about our awesome website there, and that is tdpn.locals.com. So up there, I'm trying to do the Brady Bunch thing and look. Okay, there we go. Here's the story of a website named tdpn.locals.com. Who had 3 boys of his own. Okay, that's okay. I'm gonna stop singing right now. We hey everybody, we are up to 500,000 viewers, and now we're down to 3. Was that 3 fingers? There you go. Oh, I learned to count though. All right, where was I? tdpn.locals.com. So yeah, go to tdpn.locals.com. That is the Till Death Podcast Network website, where we have all kinds of fantastic content like blogs and videos and articles and cocktail recipes. Okay, if you want, if you're just drinking a beer or you're just drinking some bourbon straight up, and you're like, I'm bored, I want something spicy to drink. Well, hey, drag your ass to tdpn.locals.com, and I guarantee you're going to find some great cocktail recipes in there that are going to knock your socks off. Your eyes will be popping out of your head, all right? So, yeah. And, yeah, so, I mean, all the topics that we talk about in there, like movies and TV, politics, hot-button issues, sizzling, provocative topics, that kind of thing. There for you. And yeah, it's if you go there right now, as you can see at the very bottom, if you put in promo code TDPN, you're going to get 1 month free membership. Okay, because there are certain things that you can only do in there if you're a VIP, if you're a member, right? Okay, if you're one of the anointed ones, and you become one of the anointed ones if you pay at least $3 a month, but you get 1 month free with that promo code right down there below, and then you're going to get access to all the VIP perks and goodies, okay? And, yeah, we want to see you there. So don't do it right now because you're watching the show. Don't do it here. Don't do it right now. But, yeah, do it after the show. Check it out. And then also, yeah, recommend it to friends, families, hey, even your enemies, okay? Just do whatever. Okay, so spread some love. But yeah, that is tdpn.locals.com. All right, so all right, get there, check it out. You will not be disappointed. All right. Also, real quick here, hit that like button down there if you would. Okay, and then hit that follow or subscribe to this channel as well, because they're all down there in the same spot. Okay, and then hit that notification bell down there if you haven't already, to get notifications when brand new Movies America spoiler warning episodes are available for you. Okay, so, and then, yeah, get in the live chat. We got live chatters here in Rumble right there. Yeah, I got a whole crowd. We got some badass mofos in the live chat. We got Sean, we got Sketch Jesus, got Agent X6. Yeah, we had, we're gonna have more here later on too. I got a feeling. Okay, I got a feeling in my bones and all. Absolutely. And yeah, we'll get some folks from other Rumble shows in here too. So yep, and Agent X6 is live chatting it up. Yeah, like it's going out of style. Do it. All right. So, well, as you know, we got Gene Wilder, and he played Willy Wonka, and then we had Johnny Depp, and he played Willy Wonka, and now we have Timothee Chalamet playing Willy Wonka as well. And so I thought it'd be kind of cool what it would look like if they met. Okay, it would be sweet. We saw if they met there. So yeah, we could check that out right now instead of just believing me. All right, so let's check that out. I mean, I couldn't believe that they arranged this where they all met, but here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, greetings to you all.
Would you come forward, please? The suspense is terrible. I hope it'll last.
My name is Willy Wonka.
I can see that.
You see, I'm something of a magician and chocolate maker.
The chocolate, yes, the chocolate, but that's just the beginning. We have to get on. We have so much time and so little to do.
Scratch that. Reverse it.
Okay, then. Let's move along.
I guess it's time to change the world.
Oh yeah. All right. So yeah, we're gonna get out of that. All right. Pause that right there. Yes, I thought that was kind of cool. All right, but I have to admit, Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka always kind of freaked me out there. So, and we'll get you a closer look here again at Timothee Chalamet's Willy Wonka character right there. And oh, hey, look who we got here. I thought I spotted some yellow right of my eye here with a Rumble rant here from Sketchy Jesus. Yes, Sketchy Jesus saves y'all. Yes, he did. He's and right now he's throwing $5 my way. I appreciate that. Thank you. Absolutely. So he says, cheers, Van. Merry Christmas to everyone. I have to leave and get some last minute Christmas shopping done. Live y'all. Hit that like button, bigots. 2024 gonna be huge. Gonna be bigly. Gonna be huge. Okay, 2024 is gonna be tremendous. Okay, and yes, so Sketchy Jesus got to go and do some tremendous Christmas shopping. Yes, that's my terrible Trump impression. Terrible. So I will not do that anymore. Yeah. Hey. So yep. There we go. Gonna spread all that Christmas cheer. And so yeah, this show is part of that, right? You see the tree back there. Okay, spreading Christmas cheer here. Telling you all about Wonka as well. Okay. And like I said, this is a movie that just pairs well with Christmas, and so I mean, I thought the movie was fine. Like if you have kids, I mean, I think kids will like it, and but to me, the specter that hangs over it is that was anybody really like just begging for a prequel to Willy Wonka? I mean, it just seems like a massive cash grab, right? Okay. And it's just they make it so obvious, right? I mean, because there's just so many original ideas out there. I mean, I think we all know that, as we can imagine, that there would be all kinds of original ideas that they could have made, with Timothee Chalamet, but they just rehash Willy Wonka, and obviously it's a savvy decision by the studios because I mean, obviously Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory, all of that is recognizable IP, and they were able to get Timothee Chalamet. Now, another thing that turned me off from this is it just felt wrong that Timothee Chalamet was in this role. Okay. And that doesn't mean that makes it right. It doesn't mean I'm right about that. It's just a feeling that I had, a gut feeling. It rubbed me the wrong way, right? I mean, I don't mean that like I was offended. It just didn't seem right, just because seeing him in Dune, and that was a very serious role. Now I get it. Actors, adult pretenders, there's gonna be roles where they vary, greatly from this role and that role, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, to me, I was like, was kind of shocked that Timothee Chalamet took this role, but I'm sure that's just a me thing, and I just need to get the fuck over it, But but like I said, kids will like it, kids. It's not a movie that's so great you got to drag the urchins out of the house and stuff them in the car and drive them to the movie theater and pay $200, to have your family go and watch Wonka at the theater. It's not worth that. It's not that good. You can wait till it's on streaming, and there are movies where I tell you, like, no, you got to go see it at the theater. I mean, just for the big screen alone and the sound system and that kind of thing, because I don't care how big a TV you have at home, it's not as big as the movie theater screen. Okay, all right, it's like it's not. Okay, I know I'm just saying obvious things here. So there are some movies where you got to see it. You got to see it on a big movie theater screen, but this movie is not. Just wait, month or two or whenever they're going to have it, out on I guess it'll be on Max, right? Because it's a Warner Brothers movie, so it'll be on Max here shortly. So just check it out there, and I'm sure your kids will be bouncing up and down and clapping and laughing and loving it and whatnot, and you most likely will be rolling your eyes, going, "Oh my God, this is what a bunch of shit." Okay, so. Or you'll just be falling asleep. Okay, you might not take it that personally, where you're going to be cursing. Okay, but you might find it just goes from
she's gone from suck to blow.
Okay, but your kids gonna love it. Okay, your kids are gonna love it, and it's just not worth because I will admit, I'm always talking about like people need to go to the theaters and support movie theaters and whatnot, but I realize like not every movie is worthy of that trip, and obviously especially when you got youngins and shit, and you got to drag them into the car and get them to the movie theater, and no kid wants to hear, "Hey, we're not getting any food, we're not getting any treats. Okay, I'm not buying you a $27 bucket of popcorn and $17 Whoppers and shit like that." Okay, they don't want to hear that shit. All right, they ain't all about that. All right, they're all about feed me, Dad. I want treats, I want snacks. Okay, all right, you drag me away from my tablet at home. You best feed me. I want treats. All right, I want the good shit. Okay, so it's hard to get to the movie theater for every movie, but this movie is not worth it. But there are some movies like Godzilla -1 and like Nefarious. Well, earlier this year, probably don't want to take the kids to that, but Oppenheimer. But yeah, again, probably don't want to take the kids to that one as well. So. But unfortunately for Timothee Chalamet, he just pales in comparison to the Gene Wilder depiction of Willy Wonka. And now I know that they're playing Willy Wonka at different periods of their life, but like Johnny Depp paled in comparison to Gene Wilder. And I'm not saying that. It's not my take just because I was a child of the 70s. I was very, very young child in the 70s, but it's not because of that. It's just the Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory, that's actually a movie that adults can actually like as well. They can actually get something out of it. And also it just kind of has like some cool lessons to learn in it. And it's got some kind of like some deep lessons, some deep plot, movements in it, for lack of a better way of putting it, to where that's enough to keep, adults, entranced, in the movie. But I didn't find Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory to be like that. I thought it was just too goofy, and it was just too saccharine. There you go. I was trying to fit in the word saccharine into some place in my usage today there. So so I officially got that in there. Just too sweet and syrupy and artificial for me as an adult in age, maybe not necessarily maturity wise, but some people would say I'm proof that growing old is mandatory, growing up is optional. Okay, but and also Timothee Chalamet, his voice, his singing voice, I just wasn't impressed by it. Okay, and obviously I'm not like Simon from American Idol or something like that, or Randy Jackson, but I could tell like the difference between Gene Wilder's voice and Timothee Chalamet's voice, obviously. And Gene Wilder's voice was just more soothing and fit within the theme of, the Wonka verse, okay, the Wonka cinematic universe. Better than Timothee Chalamet. Timothee Chalamet's voice just sounded like he was just dragging his anorexic ass out of bed, time to sing, okay. All right. I'm here at the Willy Wonka factory. Like, all right, hey, come on. Timothee Chalamet, if you can't get into the movie, why would you expect us to get into the movie, all right? So, wake up! Yeah, so his singing voice just sounded a little sleepy, all right, a little slumbery, where Gene Wilder just looked like he was having a good time. He was having a great time, in the role. And as we saw overall from Gene Wilder in his movie career, Young Frankenstein and Stir Crazy and what was that, The Silver Streak, and just he was like this maniacally funny, actor, and so he brought that maniacal sense to Willy Wonka, and just looked like, he was just having this crazy, distorted or just borderline psychotic good time as Willy Wonka there, so particularly in the Tunnel of Terror sequence in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. But it's all of that to say, Timothee Chalamet, just didn't impress me near as much as Gene Wilder did. And you know what? If you have a problem with that,
be offended.
There you go, Gatesy boy. All right, let's do this because my throat is getting a little parched. Okay, and so that surely is the movies Merica gods telling me that it's time for brew review time. So let's get this off the screen and get my ducks in a row here, people. Got to cross my T's and dot my I's. So, all right, brew review time in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to brew review time. And so for this brew review time, we're going to go with the little Samuel Smith's Imperial Stout. There you go, right in your face. And this comes to us from our friends across the pond over in England, pretty soon to be renamed New Iran, or Iran North, or Syria North. Pretty soon. They're going to rename it to that. But for right now, we can still call it Jolly Old England, or the UK, or Great Britain, or whatever you want. Okay, but this is just a really fantastic stout there, and as with most stouts, it's thicker than your Bud Lights, your Tranny Fluids, your Dos Equisses, your Modelo's, your Coors Light, because those are lagers, right? This is a stout, and it's got a stout constitution. All right, it's a more stout beer, and so it's man beer, baby, man beer. I'll say it's not that thin lager shit. Okay, well, I shouldn't put it that. I do like a lager sometimes, like. When you're like in a hot sun on the beach, you probably don't want to be drinking a stout. Okay, you're not going to be drinking anything like this. But there are occasions, like during the holiday season, where a stout like Samuel Smith's Imperial Stout comes in handy. Okay, and during the holiday season, the reason it's a good stout for that is because it's got like this very subtle chocolate flavor to it. It's very malty, and now I stress the word subtle. Okay, because I want to make sure you guys know when you drink this, you're not drinking Hershey's chocolate syrup. Okay, it's not that. Okay, but just got very subtle chocolate, little nutty, very nutty. We got a beer burp there. Sorry about that. And any beer brewed in Yorkshire, England. Okay, it's got to be good, right? I mean, you would think that. I mean, Yorkshire, England, it's been populated over there for 700 years or whatever. They should know how to make beer by now. And this actually is the oldest brewery in Yorkshire, England, okay? And, it's just got this perfect richness and the perfect aftertaste. You drink some beers and the aftertaste just lingers in a bad way, right? It's just like sticks around like, that creepy neighbor that kind of like lingers around a little too long. You're like, all right, hey, Hal, the barbecue's over, buddy. Okay, could you go away? Stop lingering. The aftertaste, it does not linger creepily like that. It's a perfect amount of aftertaste right there. It's got like a nice, good roasted barley nose to it. Ah, yes, right there. It's good shit. Good shit. And it's also fermented in these stone Yorkshire squares. Okay, they have like these big squares that are like I don't know, like 6 foot by 6 foot, made out of slate, that they ferment the beer in at the Samuel Smith's brewery. Okay, the Tadcaster Brewery, as they call it. And it just kind of gives the beer that extra oomph. Okay, so and it's at 7% alcohol by volume. So that's typical for a stout. Okay, it's going to be higher in alcohol by volume than, say, you're a lager or something like that. Okay, but you know what? I don't know about you, but I'm tired of talking about it. I'd rather drink this beer. So here we go. Ooh, that's a good chug. Good chug. Oh, yes. All right. So, yeah, Samuel Smith's Imperial Stout. This is by no means like an obscure beer. If you live in a town that has more than 5 stoplights, you could probably find this in your grocery store somewhere, okay? If you can, you go to like drizzly.com. So that's DRIZLY.com, or Open Bar, or what's the other one here? Anyway, I can't remember. I'm not going to waste your time trying to remember that. But you can check that out. I'm not getting any money from this brewery or from those websites at all. So rest assured, this is a totally objective review. I'm not even going to wink at you, because that is the God's honest truth, everybody. Believe me, man. All right. So, hey, let's wrap up this brew review time. And here's the outro. Oh, right. Hey, check it out. Live chat here. I got Agent X6 right there. And he's got a toast right there. So Agent X6, like, what are you drinking? I mean, are you drinking beer? You got the beer emoji right there. So if you're drinking beer, what brand beer are you drinking? I want to know. These are things that the Movies America spoiler warning audience wants to know. Whether it's live right now or if you're watching in the future. Okay. So I mean, if you're not watching it live, basically this episode could be being watched right now by like the content creator of the year judges in like 2034. Okay. And by now I'm like this multi-billionaire, because the Till Death Podcast Network empire has grown and into an empire that makes Elon Musk jealous. And so I'm just sitting in one of my mansions, in the French Riviera, and I'm up for another Content Creator of the Year award again. And this is the episode that they're watching to determine whether I'm worthy of a Lifetime Achievement Award as a content creator. And if you are that judge watching this show, I salute you. There you go. And they will know that I like to know what people are drinking. Absolutely. So, and I don't know where I was going with that. All right. So, yeah, more about Wonka. More. We want more about Wonka. And I shall give it to you. Okay. And so the supporting characters in this, I'm trying to think about a supporting character that is really worth mentioning that much. I mean, I thought Hugh Grant was okay, as the one Oompa Loompa that we see in this movie. Well, I guess we see more Oompa Loompas briefly, but he's the main star of the show as the Oompa Loompa there, and he's kind of funny. He's mildly funny. He's the character that'll probably have your kids giggling the most. But Hugh Grant. He's a pretty good actor to pick for the Oompa Loompa right there. So Agent X6, have some 10 Pin Brewing, a brewery here in my town. It's a pineapple wheat ale. All right, there you go. I like that. Yeah, Sounds pretty good. I wonder if I can get that. Yeah, from like drizzly.com or open bar or something like that. So Tin Pin Brewing, or I don't know if they distribute beer there. So, but yeah, I've never had 10 Pin Brewing, that pineapple wheat ale, but I'm always in the market to try something new. Faux show. So, but excellent. Agent XX. Excellent. Yes. We are a beer drinking group here at Movies America. Spoiler warning. Yes, absolutely. Because again, it's almost Christmas weekend, everybody. Absolutely. And like Sketchy Jesus is doing, he's going out there doing his last minute Christmas shopping. So got to do it. 'Tis the season. So Hugh Grant. Yeah. Hugh Grant is in Oompa Loompa. We got Keegan Michael-Key as the sheriff. And I thought the scene where the Chocolate Cartel is trying to bribe Keegan Michael-Key's chief of police character, that was mildly amusing. There, one of the characters of the Chocolate Cartel, the bald guy, the basically the fat albino guy. I thought he was kind of funny, and we've seen him in other movies before as well. He actually was in what's that? Bridesmaids. He was in that movie there, and also what was that? Polar. He was in that Netflix movie Polar with Mads Mikkelsen, and yeah, definitely check out that movie Polar on Netflix from Mads Mikkelsen. I know 95% of Netflix movies really suck ass, but this Polar movie with Mads Mikkelsen on Netflix is pretty funny. It's way out there, but I'm getting sidetracked here, my friends and family, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Anybody else? Any other supporting characters in this movie? I mean, they got Olivia Colman playing Mrs. Scrubbit. Olivia Colman is a Oscar winner. She's one of those Oscar winners where I'm like, why? Why did you win an Oscar? And then she starts talking. And she talks like this. And she has a lot of British accents in her movies because she's British. And she plays a lot of royal characters like the Queen and in period dramas. And I'm like, oh, that's why. Okay, so you star in a lot of period dramas and you have a British accent. Your chance of winning an Oscar go up by like 75%. If you are in a period drama movie and you have a British accent. Okay. Now, if she was black, a lesbian, and a quadriplegic, well, then her chance of winning would go up to like 99.7%, right there. So, absolutely. But so Olivia Colman, Oscar winner Olivia Colman's in it. God, who else is in this that is even worth mentioning? I can't think of anybody else. But yeah, this is not a movie with characters in it that are going to blow your skirt up that much at all. Again, another reason why you can just wait for it to come out on Max here eventually. So, and it'll make for like a good electronic babysitter for your kids. I mean, just throw on some Wonka, and your kids will be entranced, and then you can go off and do whatever you want. Maybe drink some 10 Pin Brewing, like Agent X6 is doing. I'll get some last minute Christmas shopping done, like Sketchy Jesus is doing. And yeah, hopefully want to see some folks from say like Dark Side Radio in here. That'd be fantastic. Because we've got some other shows on Rumble they should definitely check out here. I'm just gonna go there, and so because I don't want to have to think of the names, I can actually go there because they have been cool enough to check my show out. So. Yeah, we've got great shows for you to check out. What's one of the other ones that I go to here? We got Darth Jason. Look up Darth Jason on Rumble there. Obviously, the Whiskey Capitalist podcast on the Till Death Podcast Network there. We Are the Show. That's the other show that I was trying to think of. We Are the Show. Look up We Are the Show on Rumble. Great shows there because I go and check them out. And so yeah, and yeah, they talk about like the hot button topics of the day and that kind of thing, politics and funnies and that kind of thing right there. So, but I wanted to mention them because I do see some of the viewers from their shows come into my live chat and check things out. So we try to support each other shows and all of that for you. Okay, so. And also, I should mention that this movie is directed by Paul King. And if you've got kids, you might recognize that name because he actually directed Paddington 1 and 2. And Paddington 2, that's a movie that Pedro Pascal and Nicolas Cage, playing Nicolas Cage, in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, were crying over in that movie. So their characters were watching Paddington 2, and Pedro Pascal was saying, Paddington 2, this kid's movie, it was the greatest movie ever. And so they were sobbing and whimpering, watching Paddington 2 and losing their man cards. So Paddington 1 and 2, I hear those are pretty good movies. I haven't seen them, but the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes is pretty damn high for Paddington 1 and 2. And so, Paul King, you would think that he would have done a good job with Wonka, but I don't know if Wonka is going to get rated as high as Paddington 1 and 2 is because, it's just a very pedestrian movie. And it's, I'm just not impressed with it. The CGI in this is nothing to write home about either. But the good thing about this movie is that it's meant to be fantastical, right? It's meant to be magical, and it's kind of goofy and whimsical and that kind of thing. And so it's not trying to be serious like Transformers or Marvel movies or DC. It's not trying to portray some kind of seriousness right there, or like the Dark Knight trilogy. Well, that's a bad example because Christopher Nolan doesn't use CGI, or he tries not to use CGI any more than he absolutely has to. So, hey, unfolding Joker. Hey, late to the party. Hey, that's all good. It's all good. Hey, it's like better late than never, as they say, and it's all good. So, also, hey, you look cooler. The later you show up here. I think that's the prevailing wisdom right there, and just trying to get my ducks in a row here on my side there. So doing a little house cleaning here as I say hi to unfolding Joker. He's a valuable member of the Movies Merica spoiler warning universe posse and whatnot. So, and I always the show is always enhanced when Unfolding Joker shows up here, so I appreciate that. And check out Unfolding Joker on Gab. Okay, so I haven't mentioned Gab yet, but Gab is a excellent social media website to go to. I'll go into that a little bit more in detail later on, but check out Unfolding Joker on Gab and that kind of thing. So all right, there we go. All right, so let's do this. Let's break it up a little bit more here again by going into my favorite segment of every Movies Merica spoiler warning episode, and that is the movie military moment segment. Yes, so that is where just in case this is your first episode and you have no idea, like, what the hell is the movie military moment? What's this guy talking about? Well, the movie military moment is just my opportunity that I take for myself to honor are men and women of the military that have been awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. Okay. Now you may be asking yourself, well, what are movies tie into that? Like, what does that have to do with movies? Well, as you would imagine, if you are the recipient of a Congressional Medal of Honor, you can imagine what they did to become the recipient of that. The moment, right? The action involved, the spectacle of that moment would be something to behold on screen, right? As someone actually filmed that and put it up on the big screen, like a big movie theater screen or even a small screen, right? It would be a movie military moment to behold. Okay, your eyes be popping out of your head. That's why I call the segment the movie military moment. Okay. And every episode I pick a Congressional Medal of Honor recipient to honor in the movie military moments. Okay. And so as someone that has done that kind of selfless act for our country to be awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor, Well, that person deserves their own music, right? Okay, the movie Military Moment deserves its own music for that recipient. And so, let's play that shit. This is the movie Military Moment. And our proud recipients and honoree for this movie Military Moment will be Captain Paris D. Davis, who served in Vietnam, specifically Bong Sun in Vietnam. And let's go ahead and let's find out more about what Captain Paris Davis did to be awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. Captain Paris D. Davis, Commander, Detachment A, 321, 5th Special Forces Group Airborne, 1st Special Forces, distinguished himself by acts of gallantry and intrepidity above and beyond the call of duty while serving as an advisory to the 883rd Regional Force Company, Army of the Republic of Vietnam, during combat operations against an armed enemy in the vicinity of Bong Sun, Republic of Vietnam on June 17th to 18th, 1965. Captain Davis and 3 other U.S. Special Forces advisors accompanied the Vietnamese 803rd Regional Force Company on its first combat mission, a daring nighttime raid against a Viet Cong regional headquarters housing a superior enemy force. Captain Davis's advice and leadership allowed the company to gain that tactical advantage, allowing it to surprise the unsuspecting enemy force and kill approximately 100 enemy soldiers. While returning from the successful raid, the Regional Force Company was ambushed and sustained several casualties. Captain Davis constantly exposed himself to hostile small arms fire to rally the inexperienced and disorganized company. He expertly directed both artillery and small arms fire, enabling other elements of the company to reach his position. Although wounded in the leg, he aided in the evacuation of other wounded men of his unit, but refused medical evacuation himself. Following the arrival of air support, Captain Davis directed artillery fire within 30 meters of his own position in an attempt to halt the enemy's advance. Then, with complete disregard for his own life, he braved intense enemy fire to cross an open field to rescue his seriously wounded and immobilized team sergeant. While carrying the sergeant up a hill to a position of relative safety, Captain Davis was again wounded by enemy fire. Despite 2 painful wounds, Captain Davis again refused medical evacuation, remained with the troops, fought bravely, and provided pivotal leadership and inspiration to the Regional Force Company as he repelled several Viet Cong assaults on their position over a period of several hours. When friendly reinforcements finally arrived, Captain Davis again refused medical evacuation until he had recovered a U.S. advisor under his command who had been wounded during the initial ambush and presumed dead. While personally recovering the wounded soldier, he found him severely wounded but still clinging to life. Captain Davis directed the helicopter extraction of his wounded colleague, not leaving the battlefield himself until after all friendly forces were recovered or medically evacuated. Captain Davis's heroism and selflessness, above and beyond the call of duty at the risk of his own life, are in keeping with the highest traditions of military service and reflect great credit upon himself, his unit, and the United States Army. And we salute you, Captain Paris Davis, for what you did to become a recipient of the Congressional Medal of Honor. And more to the point, and more importantly, what you did for our country in a war that was a thankless war for many that fought in it, and a war where too many came home to be spit upon, to be cursed at, to be shamed, all for just serving their country when they were called. Either they volunteered or they were drafted, okay? So, yeah, so again, Captain Paris Davis, yes, we salute you. And hey, if you happen to know, if you're a friend or relative of Captain Davis, I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. And I think it'd be fantastic that you get to see this dedication to your loved one. All right, so that has been the movie Military Moment. All right, yeah. That's how we do that shit, people. That's how we do that shit. All right. Yep. Always good to see you as well there, Unfolding Joker. You bet. So hopefully enjoyed the movie Military Moments. And also, if you happen to be in the live chat there, watching live either now or later on, and you're enjoying what you're hearing, at least enough to donate, say, like $1 or $2 or $5 or $10 or whatever, hey, feel free. That is what we call a Rumble rant. Okay, you can use a Rumble rant to show a little financial, appreciation, a little financial thanks to moi. Okay. And so if you're in Rumble, you just got to hit that $ button down where you put your message content for your live chat. And you can choose to donate some, $1 a moment or dollar amount, I should say. And I think you can do that in YouTube as well. They call it a super chat, right? In YouTube, if you happen to be live chatting from YouTube. All right. So that's enough about that. Okay. I find myself uncomfortable in, even remotely begging for money. Okay. So I don't want to be that guy. Okay. So I want to provide some good informational content to the people that are good enough and nice enough to watch this show either live or later on down the road. Okay. So, and again, if you're watching this show like later on, I want to see you in the comments. Yeah. Comment, like, let me know if you liked Wonka, if you did, what was your favorite part? What's your favorite character? Or if you didn't like it, tell me what you didn't like about it. Okay. Or what's your favorite Timothee Chalamet movie? Down in the comments. That's where that gets done. Okay. Down below. Okay. All right. So, all right. Well, my voice is starting to get a little parched here, so better take care of that. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Well, you know what? I want to tell you all about a top 5 list. Okay. I'm going to show you a top 5 list. I'm going to unleash this top 5 list. Okay. And I thought that Wonka and doing this Movies America spoiler warning episode about Wonka was a perfect opportunity to spring forth onto you. That sounded kind of gross and dirty. Never mind. To provide to you, to share with you this particular top 5 list that I've really always wanted to share with people. Okay, because it's a very serious, very adult top 5 list. Okay. And without further ado, let me show you this very adult, very mature top 5 list that I want to share with you. And that is my top 5 candies. Top 5 candies, people. Top 5 candies. Yes. I mean, it doesn't get more adult and mature than a grown man, okay, giving you his list of his top 5 candies. Because we're talking about Wonka, right? In a candy shop and chocolate and all that stuff, right? And and I know that everyone in the live chat and the world has been begging to know, what is Van's top 5 candies in his opinion? You know what? Your anticipation, your patience is about to pay off, people. Okay, so I know that now you're no longer slouching on the couch. You're at attention on the edge of your seats because now your dreams have been answered. Your wishes have been answered or whatever. All right, I'm going to stop babbling. And let's get into my top 5 candies my top 5 candies. I mean, I stress that. It's my top 5 candies, the candies that I enjoy the most, okay? And so we're going to start off. We're going to go from 5 down to 1, all right? Because that's usually how countdowns work, right? So top 5 candies. And number 5 is whatchamacallit. Ooh. Oh, whatchamacallit. I don't know how many people are going to be agreeing with me on this because this is not the most prominent candy on the list right here. Okay, this is a unsung hero. Okay, we were just talking about the movie Military Moment and the Congressional Medal of Honor recipient. Okay, this is kind of like the unknown soldier of my list of my top 5 candies right here. Okay, this doesn't have as much prominence, but man, is a whatchamacallit so tasty, so scrumptious. It's a delicious, delectable treat. And I love it. I love it. I love me a whatchamacallit. And I love the consistency. I like that crispiness on the inside. And obviously it's got the chocolate on the outside. Got that caramel, just not too much caramel, not too much, but not too little. Just the right amount of caramel right there, and then just the airiness with the crispness. Okay, oh yeah, and that chocolate is just kind of like that. That got that right amount of buttery richness. I want one. I want it. I need it. And so whatchamacallit was one of those candies where, if you went to a house on Halloween, you were trick or treating, and they were handing out whatchamacallits, that they were a special breed. Okay, they were royalty among the peasants. Okay, they were the creme de la creme. All right, they say the cream always rises to the top. Well, these guys were the cream. Okay, they were a cut above the rest because they brought whatchamacallit to Halloween trick or treat. Okay, and fantastic candy bars, excellent. If you haven't tried it, I would invite you to try a whatchamacallit. Okay, so. And it's fun to even ask for it. Like, go up to the clerk at the store, like, hey, whatchamacallit? What's that name of that candy bar? Whatchamacallit? Oh, whatchamacallit? Aisle 4. There you go. It's over there. Candy aisle 4. And hey, if you're in the live chat right now, here as I scratch my face, if you had in the live chat, let me know like your favorite candy. Okay, and hey, you can list off your top 5 candies. You don't have to keep it just in one. Let me know your top 5 candies there. Go crazy, okay? We're all about sharing here at Movies Merica, okay, as my phone falls down there. All right, let's move on to number 4. Kit Kat. Oh, yeah. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. And I'll take it every single time, man. Just break me off a little Kit Kat something, all right? And again, this has like a lot of the great attributes of whatchamacallit, where it's got that crispy airiness to it, and it's fun to kind of break them in half. I like how they have them cut where they're cut where you just kind of break them apart and shit, and it just makes it seem like you're getting more candy than you actually are, right? Because you can kind of break them apart. You're like, oh, I have like 4 little candy pieces here, and I feel like I'm getting candy in bulk. I'm getting mass quantities of candy here, okay? And the candy is scrumptious and delicious that I'm getting, okay? And it's not too rich, not too filling, okay? It's a nice light crispy treat, and it's got like it doesn't have an aftertaste to it. It's not like rubbing on your gums, or anything like that, or you roof your mouth. It just goes down smooth, okay? No Kamala jokes here. No Kamala jokes, okay? But yeah, it's the Kit Kat is, and it's a staple of the trick-or-treating world, right? I mean, many a times you would look down in your trick-or-treating bag or bucket or whatever, and you'd find yourself a Kit Kat down there, and it's well-deserved. I mean, there's a reason why it's one of the most popular candies there. It's in the McDonald's, Burger King, Hardee's, Wendy's, pantheon of Kit Kats, the well-known prominent brands of candy there. So it's earned that spot up in the prominent in the Mount Rushmore of candies there. So Kit Kat, love to break me off some of that Kit Kat bar, probably more often than I should. Okay, but hey, you know what? You say, hey, yeah, you only live once, right? You don't. It's not James Bond. You don't only live twice. You only live once in your life. May it be filled with Kit Kat. Yes. All right. And you know what? I'm gonna drink to that. Like I said, very mature, very adult, very intellectual. Top 5 list here. Very, very much so. Okay, so. All right, moving on to number 3. Oh, I'm starting to get aroused. Here. All right, we're getting. Woo. All right, I'll stop. Try not to lose even more viewers. Okay, don't want to be that guy. Okay. Here, so, but yeah, we got Twix creamy peanut butter Twix. All right. And so, yeah, just as I saw one viewer going away. So now the Twix has to be peanut butter Twix. I mean, I like regular Twix. Okay. But peanut butter Twix is where it's at for me. Okay. It's just, it's enhanced Twix. Okay. It's like if you have like a really hot woman, okay, she's got a slamming body and a beautiful face, but her breastises aren't that big. Okay. So, and I know I'm sounding very shallow, very misogynistic right now. It's the best analogy. It's the best analogy that I can come up off the top of my head. But then you're like, oh yeah, she's very beautiful. But very effervescent. But man, I would just wish she was, she was better endowed. Okay. And then she got a boob job. Okay. Now she's perfect. Okay, I gotcha. And again, very shallow analogy. Okay, very piggish, I realize. But that's what the peanut butter, adding the peanut butter to the Twix is. Okay, all right. It just enhances that final enhancement to achieve perfection. Okay, I'm gonna put my hands down here. I don't know what to do with my hands. But yeah, Twix again. If you couldn't tell already, I like the candy bars that have that light airiness to it, right? And Twix is fits that characteristic, right? Okay, and I like the ridges that you see there on the Twix right there. It kind of adds to the consistency, to the texture of the candy bar. Okay, and it makes the Twix eating experiment just that much more pleasurable, right? So it's it's like ribbed for his pleasure, but it just popped in my head. I like my Twix peanut butter ribbed for his pleasure, ribbed for my pleasure. But and then again, the peanut butter, it just adds that extra oomph, to that candy bar, right? It's just you could have you have a burger, and you have a burger. It's got the cheese on it. It's got the lettuce on it, and but then if you add just the perfect amount of bacon to it, it just makes it even better, right? Okay, and so they add that peanut butter. It's like the bacon on an excellent cheeseburger right there. But yeah, get yourself some Twix, creamy peanut butter. Ooh, so good. Man, I'm just getting Asian X6s. What about bacon? It's the candy of meats. This is true. Okay, so it is. It's if Willy Wonka ran a meat shop, it would just be nothing but bacon. Okay, and hey, I mean, chocolate covered bacon. I've had chocolate covered bacon. I love it. Okay, and I've had bacon on donuts. I've had a donut with bacon on it. I've had actually a bacon cheeseburger with a donut as the bun. Okay. It's fantastic. Gordo's down in Austin, Texas, called Gordo's. Check out Gordo's in Austin, Texas for a excellent, juicy double bacon cheeseburger served with a donut, served inside a sliced donut there. There you go. Hey, we got Murphy's Law 1 in here, and we got Darth Jason in here. Yes. I'm really glad to see you guys here. So, and Murphy's Law 1 says, yes, some Slim Jims. Breakfast was bacon. Yeah, it was for me. Inside scoop to yours truly. Okay, my breakfast every morning is eggs mixed with bacon. Okay, I take the bacon, I cut it up, and in bacon chunks. I throw the bacon in the frying pan. I don't use butter because I use the bacon grease with the eggs. All right, and then I throw a mixture of green peppers or a mixture or some mushrooms in there. I flip each day mushrooms, peppers. Okay, but there's always bacon in there. Okay, I throw the eggs in there, and then with my palate, I have to spice the shit out of everything. So I'm dumping chipotle pepper powder in there, habanero shit, Tony Chachere's Cajun seasoning, some adobo seasoning in there, just seasoning the shit out of it, okay? But always bacon. Bacon is always in there. Love it. So yeah, because you don't need butter. You got that bacon grease to cook your shit in. You don't need butter. Just have the bacon. As I scratch my face there again. All right, but hey, good to see you, Darth Jason. Yeah, absolutely good to see you in here. Thanks for the support. And Murphy's Law 1. Ooh, man, I'm starting to like you even more than Murphy's Law 1. You know, like, yeah, you've got good taste. Biscuits and gravy tomorrow. Ooh, God, that's so good. Oh, yeah. And it reminds me, I've been driving around and I've been seeing like some new brunch places, you know, and I got to check that out. And then I was like driving around here, kind of out away from the city towards a lake. And there's like this, a lot of times you like the best like breakfast restaurants, the restaurants with the best breakfast are like these out of the way kind of spots that are run by like some, you know, husband and wife. So like a one location, kind of a mom and pop operation. They have the best breakfast. And I saw one like that not too far away from me here, kind of out in the boonies. And just seems like the kind of place that would have like some succulent, some creamy, delicious biscuits and gravy there. So I might have to break my streak, or, you know, break my routine, my eggs routine, and go there and check out their biscuits and gravy offerings there. But oh man, just like between talking about candy and biscuits and gravy and bacon, my God, what am I doing out here? I should be eating. I should be pigging out somewhere. God, I'll tell you, I know you guys all feel me in the audience. You guys all feel me on that. Just wanting to scarf some good vittles down, man. Love it. Okay, so what was that? Number 3, the Twix creamy peanut butter. Okay, so obviously, now I did go to a public school, but I know what number is next. Okay, and that is number 2, hot tamales. Yes, we are taking a departure, people, from the chocolate offerings that I've had here, and that's another Kamala joke right there. But so I'm not going to divulge in that. But anyway, so enough about chocolate offerings. No, this is not a chocolate offering. This is a departure from the chocolate offerings here with a little fiery cinnamon flavor of some hot tamales. Okay. Now I like the hot tamales fire, but it's hard to find that hot tamales fire, formerly known as super hot tamales. Okay. Super hot tamales were a staple in the life of yours truly. But then in 2011, they changed Super Hot Tamales. They renamed it to Hot Tamales Fire. Okay, but yeah, it's hard to find Hot Tamales Fire. So and I live in a big city. Okay, and so I did find it, but I'm not gonna. Where I did find Hot Tamales Fire, I'm not gonna go drive 30 fucking miles. Okay, for that. So, but whenever I'm at that place, I make sure to buy a good bulk supply of hot tamales fire. But you know, the regular hot tamales come through. They serve just fine in a pinch right there. But and hot tamales for me, that is my go-to movie theater candy. Okay, it's perfect. Okay, it's you can transport it and you don't have to worry about it being, you know, it's not chocolate, so it's not going to melt. Okay, because I live in an area where it gets a tad toasty down here. Okay, it's very sunny, very hot, very toasty, and your candy melting is a valid concern when you're transporting said candy to the movie theater. Okay, and so hot tamales, it's in the box. You don't have to worry about it melting. Okay, and it is just fantastic. I love just popping open a box of hot tamales in the movie theater or wherever, okay, and just letting that subtle spice just hit the old taste buds, okay. So tasty, okay, and it's just got that. It got a kind of a smoky flavor to it as well, kind of smoky goodness, and it's not too overpowering, and it's just. And it's got the perfect amount. I find it's got the perfect amount in each box. I get the big boxes. I don't get the little boxes. I don't fuck with the little boxes. I fuck with the big boxes. And it's got just the perfect amount in there. I'm never like, when I'm done with a box of hot tamales, I'm never like, oh man, I need more. Oh, no, I'm always like, that's perfect. Perfect quantity, perfect amount of hot tamales right there. And I have to admit, when I'm eating hot tamales in the movie theater, I do feel a little side eye from other moviegoers, which is surely jealousy, because I'm sure they're all looking over like, oh man, I want some hot tamales too. What the hell? Look at that bastard over there. He's eating hot tamales. I don't have any myself. What the hell? Fuck that guy. Oh, he looks like he's enjoying them so much. See, and they would be right. I am enjoying my hot tamales so much in the theater. So tasty. So delicious. All right. So, hey, it's good to hear from Murphy's Law, Darth Jason, all that. Hopefully, more of your friends are going to come on over. I want to say hi to them as well. And I don't want them to miss out on number one of my top 5 candies. Okay. So, hot tamales, muy bueno. Okay. Have them at every fiesta. Okay. Every movie fiesta you have, get yourself some hot tamales. Okay. And they're good for sneaking into a movie theater as well. But you didn't hear that from me. Okay. You did not hear that from me. All right. So, number 2, that was number 2. Moving on to numero uno. Yeah, I know Spanish. Here we go. Numero uno is Snickers. Yes, it is true. Snickers satisfies. Okay. And I would imagine this is probably a lot of people's number 1 here. I do love nuts. All right, so there you go. That's getting clipped. Yeah. I love nuts and candy bars. Okay, jeez, that's what I'm talking about. Jeez. All right, I love nuts in Snickers bars. Okay, and the first 3 candy bars that I was talking about are kind of more that airy, light, crispy Snickers bars or candy bars. Well, this is a departure from that, obviously, right? This is a little bit more robust. A little bit more substance to it, a little bit chewier, thicker consistency, and man, Kamala Harris is really going to be turned on by this with all the adjectives that I'm using in here when she's watching this, inevitably. So Snickers is I love the texture on the top of the Snickers bar. I love just the perfect amount of nougat and the caramel in there. The caramel is obviously, you could tell that the Mars Corporation, they did plenty of testing with the amount of caramel or caramel, however you pronounce it, in the Snickers. Okay, to where you when you're eating a Snickers bar, you're not like, oh man, this is way too much caramel, man. Who are they trying to impress? Or you're not, oh man, this is a pretty good candy bar, but what it could use, and I'm sure you're going to agree with it, more caramel in it. So you will never have either of those reactions because it has the perfect amount of caramel. I'm going with caramel. I'm going to say caramel. So it has a perfect amount of caramel, and it's got the perfect amount of peanuts in it. And yeah, the nougat is like the right consistency, and it just all mixes together in this perfect combination. Okay, and it makes it tastes great when you throw it in a freezer. You get it cold. I mean, who didn't go to the pool, right? The swimming pool in the summertime, and if your swimming pool is worth its salt, okay, if it's a legit swimming pool, the snack bar at the swimming pool, they have candy bars that you can buy out of the freezer, right? They have the frozen candy bars, okay, and yeah, just nothing like cooling down by the side of the pool, just cooling down with a Snickers bar, and it just hits you the right way, okay, and it just thinking back to happy memories, man. Just sitting there on the side of the pool, checking out people having fun, jumping off the high diving board, and you're just chilling in the sun, just gobbling down a Snickers bar. And that coolness, that cold from the Snickers bar being in the freezer is just hitting you just right. It's just, love it. So yeah, it's excellent. The experience you get from a Snickers bar excellent. Okay. And again, like I said, I'm sure probably a lot of people are going to have Snickers as their numero uno pick in their top 5 candies. And it's well deserved. It's well deserved. And I'll tell you, I go in mass quantities with the Snickers. I don't fuck around with this little snack pack or snack size Snickers bar. I mean, I go with the bigot. Okay, I go with the man size Snickers bar, baby. Okay, love it. And yeah, we got some. It's Unfolding Joker has some input here. Almond Joys from the freezers. Yeah, absolutely. I don't fuck with the mounds. I want some almonds in my chocolate. I don't fuck with the mounds. I go with the Almond Joy. Okay. And you got Murphy's Law 1 here. I cannot understand why they stopped redoing all the good movies. Can't they create new stuff? The best was Gene Wilder, and they didn't even like Johnny Depp's version. Yeah, I mean, like, there's enough good original material out there, okay, that I'm sure that they could do. Now, the thing about that is the average moviegoer hasn't really sent the message that they want to see new material as opposed to redoing good movies, okay? Because a lot of times when they come up with an original idea, original movie to theaters, it doesn't do as good as redoing great movies. Okay, so we have to back up our words with action. And I'm not thinking about you, Murphy's Law 1. I'm not talking about you. Okay, but I'm talking about just in general. Okay, we have to like reward original movie making at the theater, because movie studios, they don't give a fuck. You know, if you watch it on live stream on their streaming service, right? That's not what. Pretty soon, they're not going to make movies that you're going to want to see in a movie screen. Okay, they care about you watching movies on streaming, of course, but that's after the fact. That's after the movies come out in the theaters, right? And so where you have to send the message to movie studios is through the theater, not through Max, not through Paramount Plus, not through Hulu, not through Disney Plus, at the theater. Okay, and so that's how you can send a message that, yeah, I don't want to see Willy Wonka 17. Okay. Or I don't want to see the 17th remake of Willy Wonka. Okay. I don't want to see the 23rd reboot of the Halloween franchise. Okay. No, I don't want that. I want something fucking original. Okay. And yeah, Murphy's Law. A lot of people, side with you on that. You didn't like Johnny Depp's version because, yeah, I mean, Tim Burton is a weird director. He's out there and whatnot. He's got weird sensibilities, and he comes out with weird content, and some of it works. Beetlejuice, his take on the Batman movies, Sleepy Hollow. There's some movies of weird movies that work. His version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, yeah, it didn't work for me. And then just Johnny Depp's like turn as Willy Wonka just reeked of like fucking pedophile to me, like weird. Okay, I mean, Willy Wonka is supposed to be eccentric and whimsical and whatnot. It's a little strange. Okay, a cut different than your normal like dude's dude, man's man, guy's guy, right? So he's strange and whimsical, right? But Johnny Depp, he basically crossed the line from whimsical to just fucking disturbing. Okay, with those chompers, okay, and the pale face and the hats and all that shit. Okay, so and Darth Jason's having a good time there in the live chat. Yeah, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. Yeah, and now Darth Jason's gonna leave the show. Okay. So yeah, Snickers, man. Yeah, get you some, and I know you can get some. Get you some Snickers because it's everywhere. Okay, and I, I like the commercials. Like, you're not yourself when you're hungry. All right, don't get hangry. Don't get hangry. Get yourself a Snickers bar. Okay, and yeah, you know what? And I've got a Snickers bar in my freezer right now. Okay, because I don't just talk the talk. I walk the walk. Okay. All right. Agent X6. Meow. Okay. Yes. Again, that's the thing about live chat, in Rumble And well, I don't know about YouTube, but yeah, on Rumble live chat, you can put little funny emoticons, emojis, and all that shit in there. Hilarious. All right, time for another drink. Woo. Ooh. Yeah, I've been trying to get over some kind of like throat cold kind of sickness kind of shit going on here. So better wrap this up here pretty quick. But yeah, that's been my top 5 candies right there. So let's get back right there. Top 5 candies. Let's wrap it up. Let's get that out of there as we wrap up this episode of Movies Mega Spoiler Warning. All right. But hey, before I wrap it up here, definitely need to let you guys know of a great product, okay? And that product is, if I can hit that right button there you go. So it's a problem that a lot of men have. They can't hit the button right, okay? And that great product is Nature Clear. Yes, Nature Clear is a recovery powder that you can take to help you recover or outright prevent a hangover. Okay. A lot of times you want to be able to go out, have a good time, drink yourself a bunch of Samuel Smith's Imperial Stouts, some tequila shots, whatever, right? Some Irish car bombs, whatever is your poison of choice for the evening. You want to go out there, have a good time, but you don't have to worry about the hangover. Okay. And so get yourself some Nature Clear recovery powder. As you see, it comes in these handy packets. You just dump this bad boy, like 12 ounces of water or your normal bottle of water. Just chug that down before you go out and have a good time. Now, don't worry if you're out there and you're in you're on your 17th tequila shot and you realize, oh fuck, I forgot to take my Nature Clear. Don't worry, just take it when you get home and you're good to go. The geniuses behind Nature Clear, obviously, they were thinking. And they knew, they anticipated people are probably going to forget to take this beforehand. All you got to do is take it when you get home, okay? And it's going to help you prevent a hangover, okay? Because I think we could all relate to that, okay? We could all relate to wanting to prevent that old hangover. And so as you see down below, if you use a promo code MOVIES, you're going to get up to 25% off your next order, okay? So in order to get your Nature Clear products, just hit that Nature Clear description or Nature Clear link in the description, I should say. And that'll take you to the Nature Clear website. And yeah, pick out whatever Nature Clear products you want and then get it in the cart. And then in the promo code field, again, put in promo code MOVIES and get yourself that 25% off or up to 25% off your order of Nature Clear. Okay, get it done right now. And also it helps you recover from smoking and vaping as well. So not just the boozy booze, but the smoky smoke and the vapey vape. Okay. So yes, Nature Clear, get you some. Don't hesitate. Don't think about it. Just do it. Okay. Do what I do in life. Don't think, just do. Okay. What's the worst that's going to happen, right? All right. So Nature Clear, get you some of that. I didn't want to deprive you guys of that right there. Okay. And before I forget to let you guys know, there's not going to be a Movies America spoiler warning show for the next 2 weeks. Okay. For obvious reasons. We got the holidays. We got Christmas and New Year's coming up here. So, yeah, for the next 2 weeks, no Movies America spoiler warning show on Thursday nights. But on January 11th, I shall return, okay, with a belly full of Snickers and Twix and Kit Kats, I'm sure, okay? Yeah. So, yeah, and so, it gives me a chance and you to enjoy a jolly Christmas time and a happy new year, okay? So, but yeah, just taking that Christmas and Happy New Year's break right there. All right, Agent X6. He just brewed coffee. We got some hot chocolate in the hizzy. Oh yeah. We got Agent X6 had a beer earlier. Oh yeah. And yeah, Murphy's Law one. Within 30 minutes, your throat will not be sore. You know something I don't? There we go. There you go. Well, I'm going to be hydrating heavily after this, so you're probably right there to go with my Snickers bar. All right. And hey, Murphy's Law, yeah, hey, much love to you as well, okay? Much love to you. And you have a great night. And yeah, my pleasure. having the stream here for you and for everybody else here. And Unfolding Joker is channeling his inner Michael Jordan. Just do it. Yes, all right. The channeling the favorite shoe company of China, Nike. Absolutely. All right. Okay, excellent. And Murphy's Law says, I make colloidal silver, so I know about it. There you go. All right. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm not sure what that is. It's just my uneducated self not knowing everything about everything. Although I try to portray like I know everything about everything, okay? But you guys know better. All right, so let's wrap this bad boy up. What do you say, okay? And we're going to wrap this up by me going over a few items here, okay? And the first one is moviesmerica.com. Now, what is at moviesmerica.com? You may be asking. Well, I will answer that very question. That's where you can listen to my audio-only episodes of my spoiler-free reviews that come out every Sunday, okay? So if you can't stand watching this mug you see before you, and you just want to listen to the spoiler-free reviews, you can go to moviesmerica.com. Check those out there. Now, I will be honest with you, those sometimes don't make it out to that website until like Tuesday, Wednesday of the week, where the watchable episodes come out on Sunday afternoon, okay? And so, yeah, sometimes I get forgetful, and I forget to put the episodes out on that website there. So if you want to watch the episodes sooner, the soonest, then you got to check them out on YouTube and Rumble, all right? The watchable versions, okay? Push come to shove, if you don't want to have to watch, look at this mug, while you're watching the review, just turn your monitor off and you can keep the volume on. Murphy's Law 1, antibacterial and antifungal. There you go. Okay. All right. Well, God knows I've needed something like that in my life before. That's for sure. So, all right. So kind of going into a little medical angle here, or health angle here on Movies America spoiler warning. Okay. So, and that's always good. Always need to learn more things, right? And moving on to my presence on social media. So I'm on X and Instagram under the handle @MoviesAmerica, and then also on Gab, the coolest website you can be on as far as social media goes. Gab, I'm on there under @MoviesAmerica. Boy, there's a burp. Sorry about that. And so check me out. Gab, you're going to meet all kinds of cool people out there as well. I mean, obviously going to be the coolest. I mean, this guy, right? And then also Unfolding Joker. I know he's out there. And probably a whole lot of folks that are in the live chat right now are out on Gab. I think Darth Jason's out there as well. Don't blame me for not remembering. My memory ain't what it used to be. Okay, so but yeah, go out to Gab, check it out there. And they have a great group out there called the Inner Circle of Salt. Want to definitely check that out on Gab. But yeah, it's just, if you're feeling lonely, you're feeling down, and you want to feel like there's somebody else on the planet, boy, there's that throat. Woo. Better definitely wrap that up. Go out to Gab. All right, there we go. Well, so we're going to move that out. Moving on. Woo. So tdpn.locals.com. There is that. So already talked about that. And check out merch. Woo. All right. So merch store. We have our merch link down in the description. And that's where you get your Till Death Podcast Network merch. Okay. Yes. So we are going to try to beat that sore throat here by moving as fast as possible. Sorry, guys. All right. So we got @Till Death Network, solo.to/Till Death Pod Network. And that is where you can see all the links to the Till Death Podcast Network. Okay, so one-stop shop there. And all right, we're going to move down to solo.to/Till Death Studios. And all right, so that is going to be it right there. Woo, man, that throat just came on. That throat soreness came on all of a sudden. So I'm going to wrap it up right there, people. But I'm sure you guys understand. You guys have had sore throats before. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know that. But yeah, let me get to where I need to be here. And all right. So, hey, as I always say, at the end of every episode. Get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. See ya.
Hey, everybody! Hey! I got the police after me. They're coming after me, okay? But I got just enough time to ask you. Just like this video, if you would, and then subscribe to this channel, okay? I'm gonna be in handcuffs pretty soon. I gotta tell you. Hey, so before they haul me off, make sure you watch these videos over here, okay? And thanks for watching this video and the Till Death Podcast Network, okay? I gotta go.